Hello, welcome back to the Chatterbox with King Jacob with another star-studded episode. And tonight we'll be speaking in the much different topic in the gospel realm. And I have special guests. She hot though. I checked out beauty. She real hot. She real hot. So she's definitely a different type of artist. Definitely with a different type of sound. You definitely gonna see her at the Grammys. Yeah. She gonna be taking some of them awards home. So none other than Miss Nikea Marie. So Nikea, I'd like for you to tell the audience who you are, where you from, so they can get themselves familiarized with who you are during the interview.
All right. Yes. First of all, thank you so much for having me. So grateful to be on the show. My name's Nikea Marie. I'm from the DMV area. That's DC, Maryland, Virginia. I'm in Virginia right now, and I am a gospel artist, inspirational artist. I write. I also do acting, so I do a lot of different things. But I just released an album that just came out on Friday. And it's self-titled. It's called Nikea Marie. I hope y'all go get it on all digital outlets, iTunes, Amazon, all of that. So, I'm just out here grinding, independent, doing the thing, doing whatever I got to do to get where I got to go. And then just, walking this journey out. But I believe this project is going to be a game changer. So I'm excited.
Okay. So, We'll get into who you are. So who is Nikea Marie?
Oh man, so many things. I'm a friend, a mom, a wife, a sister. I am someone that I want to see people win. I'm very much about seeing the underdogs come out on top. I love helping people fulfill their dreams, even as I'm still chasing mine. Like I'm always trying to bring people with me, and I just want to see people succeed. I feel like for me, growing and getting, I didn't get the help that I really thought I should have as I was going on this journey. So I really want to be a player on the team that assists other people in their journey, and so that's something I'm doing now. Just helping people get knowledge, because even information we don't even know. Like I found out stuff the hard way. It was like, oh, you forgot to do all of these steps that I didn't know. So I just want people to be prepared and to know, like, it's not just about putting out music. You got to also have a budget for promotions. You got to have, budget for different things, things that I didn't learn. So, I didn't know. I'm learning now. But so yeah, that's who I am. I just like to see people winning, man. I'm just here to help inspire them and keep them motivated and encouraged.
Okay, great. So, when did you and your family found out that you had this amazing gift of voice?
My dad said when I was born, I was so loud. He's like, you always crying all loud. You just, something there. They knew something was there just from, me being young and just always loud. But as I was growing, being a toddler and 3, 4, 5, my dad, I just always was sing everything. I would say like, Daddy, I want to, go to the store, and I would sing it, so they always knew I had some musical giftings. And my dad, he was very big out here in DC. He had a group out called Frank Hooker and the Positive People. And back in his day, he was that guy. And so by the time I came on the scene, he gave his life to God, and he became a pastor. And so he started doing, music with the praise teams and the choirs. And he was at Jericho and all the churches we were talking about. He was leading a lot of those things. And so I followed him a lot. And I enjoyed to see, how music made people feel. I felt like music does something different than the word. People get something from the word, and I'm like, but the music, I was like, it just makes people feel good. People came in, they was having a bad day, and just to see their spirits uplifted, I just was like, yo, I want to be a part of that. So I just loved being around music, and he taught me everything I know. He taught me how to, write out my feelings and make it into a melody and make it into a song. I would sing at school to help remember stuff. That's how I was able to learn, was through music. When we had a test, my dad would just sing the answers and ask me the questions, and we would sing the answers so I could remember. That's how I could remember even schoolwork. So music has always been there, but I would say
Right.
it started from 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So upon that, the very first time that you had a church performance, what was that like for you on the emotional side? How excited were you, and what was the response back from the congregation?
Oh man, I was so nervous. I was nervous to sing in front of all the people because you're going right after the choir just killed it, and then I'm just like, Lord, I'm just little old me about to sing a solo. So I was very nervous, but the people responded so well. They were encouraging. They were like, "That baby's got it. She's gonna be something great." But I just somehow calmed myself down, and I was just able to sing, and it was powerful, and people were just floored. They were just like, this little girl is sounding like a grown up, and just full of just power and stuff. So yeah, it was exciting, and I just wanted to keep doing it more and more. So.
Right. So upon you singing in church, and we'll fast forward a little bit, upon you entering middle school
Yeah.
and taking chorus, and like as far as you in school and you taking chorus in school, and your music teacher at school, when they find out that you really can sing, what was that like for them as a music teacher and you as a student as well?
I got in a lot of situations where people felt like they always wanted me to be like, I was always that special kid. So people were always hating on me because the music teacher would be like, just forget it. Nikea will do it for me, So I got into a lot of, haters and stuff. And I was just like, I just want to sing. I don't really care. But, that was one part of it. But I enjoyed, singing and having, my teacher who felt confident in what I had. I was just thankful that they really saw something in me to just keep pushing me and to say, nah, like, y'all got a kid do. So like, we gonna make it work with or without y'all. Cause everybody be playing and I'm serious. Like I'm in it, everybody else is like, let's just get this over with. But, I was all in. So it was exciting.
Okay. So upon doing that, you move on to high school,
Uh-huh.
and does this lane open up even more for you when you're in high school as
Yes,
far as music?
absolutely. Yes. I was actually signed to a label in high school, and yeah, they had some things happen, but it taught me so much being signed. I'm very much a person that likes to be involved in everything, and I just felt like I didn't have that. I didn't have like a say in the way my career was supposed to be going, or a say in what I wanted to sing about. It was kind of like, this is what we want. And so I was a little frustrated at times. And so I ended up, leaving from the label and just kind of, doing things on my own. So yeah, all that happened in high school. Then I graduated, and my dad put a studio in the house, and we just started doing stuff on our own.
Okay, so upon you leaving the label, was it freely for you to leave, or did your dad have to put his foot down in order to get you opted out that contract?
Well, they dropped the ball a lot too, so it was kind of like we all came to an agreement because some other things came up that they had to take care of, so it worked for both of us. But yeah, I did get music on the radio, and we did get some opportunities from it, so I'm grateful for that. But I just knew it wasn't for me because I'm very hands-on, and I'm kind of like, this is what I want to do, and I kind of enjoy having that liberty. But I get the label aspect because they had the coins at the time. They had the money, and then they also had the relationships, and I didn't have that. So it's taking still this process, but here we are.
Okay. So upon you graduating high school, What college did you attend?
I went to George Mason. I was a teacher. I wanted to teach students. So I went to George Mason for early Head Start and early childhood education. And I was a K-4 teacher, kindergarten teacher. And they would call my class the Songbirds because I taught all my kids music. Like everything we learned was through song. So when I taught them colors, when I taught them, numbers, we always sang because that's what works for me, and it also worked for them and the parents. They just loved it. So I love my babies teaching. So then I, stopped teaching and then did music full time.
Okay, so George Mason University.
Yeah.
So a very prestigious university for those that don't know. So what was your experience at George Mason University when people understood that you was a songstress? When for real, cause on the collegiate level, they open up a whole lot more doors.
Absolutely.
Because they have a lot more access. They have recording studios in college.
Absolutely.
They have some amazing vocal coaches in college, and they have music professors as well. So what was that experience like for you?
It wasn't an experience because I didn't really let people know that I could sing.
Oh.
I was over it, still traumatized from a label experience, but I was, still trying to work some things out. But I wasn't necessarily going around letting people know that because I just was like, I'm gonna just be a teacher. Maybe I'm gonna just leave the singing thing alone. But yeah, they didn't really know. So
Okay. So no, so I'm gonna ask you about being a PK child. So you PK. So what is that experience like as far as, because from what I see, I grew up in the church, so, and I know a lot of pastors, I know a lot of PKs, and some of them used to always tell me, like, man, you have no idea, bro. If holding your kids to a higher standard was a person, my homeboy used to tell me it would definitely be my dad. He was like, I feel like I've been here before.
Wow.
Dealing with my dad, like he was like, everything got to be a certain way. Mm-hmm. You need to speak like this. You got to go to every church conference with him. Like, he gonna call you at the front of the church. He wants you to read off this, read off that. Yeah. He wanted just you not knowing that you're gonna do a solo, and he just called you out the blue when you're sitting in the church congregation, and he was like pressure, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Major pressure. So was it like that for you as well?
Absolutely. My dad, he would talk about my business in his sermon. I'm like, that ain't for everybody to know. Like, it would be like, yeah, my daughter, she got in a car accident. I told her not to do that, but that's what happens. It just, everything was a part of the message. And I was just like, well, thanks. That was home talk, not for the pulpit, but it's okay, So all of that stuff was definitely a lot. The pressures, absolutely. My dad and my mother were no nonsense. And they were very much always in my business. I don't think, I don't have any secrets. They would be like, the Lord told me you were cussing in school. And I'm like, dang, like everything I did wrong, they would be, that guy would snitch on me. So I was like, dang. So, I mean, I was afraid of my parents before I had like the fear of God, but I understood like their assignment was to make sure that they trained me up and all that. And so I appreciate it now. But back then I was like, y'all doing the most. But
right.
But I'm grateful for them being, protective and covering me and doing the best that they knew how.
Right. Of course. So upon that, my homegirl was telling me, man, this was years ago. She was like, Jay, man, I need you to do something for me. I need you to help me introduce my boyfriend to my dad. Ooh. What? I said, what do you mean help you?
Right.
I just need you to like kind of be there because he like you. He knows you since you was in Pampers. So like if
Using
if
you.
he if, she said if it appears for him to be my boyfriend to be cool with you, it might go over smoother. I said, but I don't even know that dude. She
Oh
said
my
she
God.
said she was like, man, just do me this favor. So I did it,
Oh
and
no.
it still ain't go smooth. And
You
the first
know.
thing he said, I don't know you. I know Jacob.
Oh,
So
well,
so you get no brownie points.
that's
And
right.
and
That's
you know, and I was just like, man, yo. And I told her the next day, I say, well, your dad don't hold no punches back, man. He hardcore. He hardcore.
that's how he is. Yes.
Yeah. So I can imagine you
Oh,
talking about dating somebody, and you got to get it past your father. It's
no.
like, okay,
Yeah. Nah, they weren't having that. My mother's probably worse than my dad, but
yeah,
they
yeah,
weren't playing games. They weren't playing at all.
right. So you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I have a sister and I have two brothers. One actually passed away
Mm,
several years ago, but yeah, I have a sister and a brother that are living, and
okay,
yeah, we're very close. My sister just left actually.
okay.
Nice. So yeah, we're really close.
So they have the musical gifts like yourself.
Yes, they do. My sister, her and her husband, they're actually pastors. And so yeah, so they but she sings and leads worship at their church. And my brother, he does music as well. So yeah, we're all musically, gifted.
Right. So you say your dad used to have a band before he got saved. So I'm curious.
Oh
Did he
God.
have a soul band or did he have a go-go band?
He said he had a go-go band, so I don't know, but he said that they started go-go, and I was like, I don't know.
So so he was out there with Chuck Brown and EU and Northeast Groove was in Trouble Funk and
All
Rare
that
Essence and all. Okay then.
terrible.
Okay.
That's a
Th-
lot. Yeah,
Hey,
he got
listen, man. Like for those who I know this is a gospel interview, but I'm just gonna tell y'all about the DMV.
yeah. No,
For those who ain't never went to a go-go party,
come on.
and mercy. All I can tell you is this right here.
Ah,
Your legs be mad tired when you get home. That's
oh
all I can tell you.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's your
So,
life, though.
but in DC, the DMV always had its own sound, and it's so epic how they didn't cross over because they've been trying to get the DMV to cross over for the last 40 years, man.
Wow.
They won't do it. Diddy almost had the deal worked out,
Mm,
but
mm,
uh, I think EU backed it out, Red Essence backed it out.
yeah.
But um, the girls group in the DMV, what's their name? Belladonna.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Woo, woo,
He said, "Woo."
man. Listen, they be all through the South a lot. They
Okay.
get booked a lot. Yeah, they get booked a lot. So,
So,
but upon that, you got this contract. You, so your dad is a musician as well, right?
yes. Yeah.
Okay, he put this recording studio for you together, and you and him. So what was he the producer of your tracks as well?
No.
Okay,
He
okay,
he was in the beginning, and then we had a guy named Tony that we met, and he was, my age at the time, and he was able to really bring some life into, what I was doing. Because, my dad, he was old school. I'm like, this ain't what people feeling now. Like, I need some fresh, updated stuff. So we had to, we met this guy. His name's Tony. Someone told me about him, and he came and he did a great job, and he brought my songs to life into my age, to the age that I needed it to be. Because my dad had me back there with Chuck Brown and all the sound, and I'm like, I don't want to sound like this, so I need some help. So yeah, so he came in and he produced two of my albums, and then he's really cool. He's still cool to this day, but he's doing music still. He's doing amazing.
Okay, so what would you say your favorite track for you that your dad produced for you that you still vibe to today?
Nothing.
You is so wrong.
I'm just, I don't vibe to none of that. That joint was trash. I love them though. You know, thank you for the humble beginnings, but no, thank you.
Okay. So, um, upon recording your first song after you got out the contract and after you start working with Tony, what was the name of the song and what was the vibe mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that you was feeling when you wrote the record, when you recorded the record, and after you sit back and really listen to it, how did you feel?
When I recorded with Tony,
Yes.
yeah, that was a lot better. So, with Tony, we did. You know, I was dating a lot at the time, so I did like a lot of real life dating songs. You know, like just guys and conversations and things with relationships, heartbroken. You know, a lot of that was the type of songs I was kind of writing. And then I also wrote about a song called Kia's Prayer. And it was basically a prayer for the families, for the dads, the moms, the kids. And it was just coming from a place of seeing so many of my friends in broken homes. So many of my friends, you know, were dealing with their parents divorcing for the first time and just, you know, praying, you know, for them that I wrote about it, you know, and just praying for, you know, the strength for them to endure and for people in those situations. And so I realized that that was a part of my journey as well, was to, you know, pray for the family, because our family had a ministry. It was called I Hear the Word Family Ministries. And what we would do, we go out and we would be me, my dad, my mom, my sister, and we would always go out and we would be our family and we would just talk about things that we were dealing with and things that we do as a family. And then we would sing, and my mom was like the manager, and my sister and my dad and I, we would sing. So I just felt like there was something special about family to me at the time. And I wrote that song called Kia's Prayer, and it was really one of my favorite songs back then. Don't go looking it up, though.
Why not? Why not?
Oh, that song is so old, but back
But
then.
but let me tell you something about music like that to a recording artist like you.
Okay.
So you said the song is old, but the song still might have that type of conviction where it can help somebody through a healing process.
That's true.
And so with the song being old, when the artists tell me, man, this song old, man, I don't want people listening to it. And then I said, well, did you ever get the song serviced?
Mm.
You know what I mean? He's like, what do you mean? I said, did you ever get it into the radio world? Did you ever do a press release? Did you ever do, were you ever featured on a blog? You know, how many tour dates did you do with the song? How many people in different churches have heard the song? Did you ever do any community events with nonprofit? They'd be like, well, no, Jacob, I really never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
I said, did you ever even try to get music license to get the song synced for movies and video games and films and documentaries? They was like, well, no. Mm-hmm. I said, well, it's not old then. It just hasn't been serviced.
Yeah.
And so this is what I can tell you. Even with your older songs, it's still a market for them.
Yeah.
They may not be songs that you perform particularly.
Yeah.
You know, because you got a new album, but there may be songs that you can submit to TV and film. And you know, once you get that music license and you synchronize your songs for music, film, documentary, video games, whatever you may want to do, you know, that can be a whole nother check for you. So don't give up on the checks, because or you might, whether you register with BMI ASCAP, so you might have a song that you haven't used, and the song might say, you might say, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. and you might hit my inbox or you might call me like, Jacob, what you think I need to do with this song? I said, for one, if you don't want to use it again, you need to go under your BMI or your ASCII or your CSAT and put the lyrics to the song in there and put song for hire, and you would be amazed on how many people in the States and overseas will hit you up. So if you're not going to use the song anymore, so you might sell the song for $50K. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? So it's so many jewels into what you're doing, you know. So I have some messages. Can you see it on screen?
Yeah, Naomi. She always got something to say. Thank you, Naomi. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you for tuning in, Nene. We appreciate it. For sure. Yeah, we appreciate it. So upon that, so like I said, it's so many ways that you can service that music, man, and then, you know, with you being a singer, you know, songwriter, you know, I would tell you to, and you know, a lot of these makeup lines, they don't have any jingles. So if you can get into writing those jingles and getting that check, so the writer jingles say you may get a check for $3,000 every month just writing a jingle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, she said, "How he?" She funny.
That is her nickname is Nene. I don't know how he knew that. I didn't tell him.
You know, that's just a sense of being a black person, man. You know, like you know, it is, man. Like Naomi, you know,
like, what up, Nene?
You know, yeah, what up, Nene? So, you know, it's just being at the black family cookout for so long. You know what I mean? That's all. And she's laughing. But with the jingles, you know, because I know you go to photo shoots and you may have your makeup artist and whatnot, and it may be some different companies that you and your management look into, and you ask them, do they have a jingle, or can you get sponsorship, or you know what I mean? So you got to. I tell females all the time. I say a lot of times, if you a female that you know like makeup products or you like beauty products, then you a singer. So you got to put the beauty and the voice together. And so, you know, even when you go to different like concerts and stuff, you have their banner up there because they're your sponsor. Yeah. And so, you know, they just want somebody to represent them, you know, in a informative way where they can really more clients. And so with that, I would definitely tell you to work on jingles, because you have companies that look for jingles all the time, and you have, you know, different makeup lines that look for new people, and you got people like Coach that's looking for new spokespeople, and you know, because one thing they have the corporate part, but they also have a urban part, you know, that you know they have the black market value, and you know that's the urban community, and so you know it's so many dollars that they put into the urban community and the urban value market, and so don't ever do everything you possibly can to get your face out there and get noticed. Yeah. As far as the jingles, as far as movies, as far as casting calls, and you know just all the above.
Yeah.
And with that being said, so I know you got some songs laying around in the archives.
I do.
I'm pretty sure you do. And you know they might be 3, 4 years old, 5 years old. I just would tell you to like to reevaluate them and listen to them and just be like, because sometimes we make songs before things that happen in society. That's true. So you might have a feel good song that you make some years ago, and people want that feel good song now because everybody still battling COVID. Yeah. We still got the Ukraine and Russia going on, and you know you still got these kids that seeing what's going on on TV when it comes to the police brutality. So
Yeah.
people want feel good music. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
so man, if you got them in the archives, just push, get them out there,
Yeah.
push them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so I particularly how you came about. Let me tell you how this interview came about.
Yes.
Miss Parsons, I said, hey, I said, I would love to have you on my podcast. So she says, well, my artist is dropping, a new album and soon. And so how about you have her on your podcast?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I would love to. I said, let me go look her up. I didn't tell Miss Parsons I was looking. I said, let me look her up.
Oh, Lord.
So I went to her page.
Okay.
Read one of her posts. And I said, okay, let me go to this Spotify. Let me go to YouTube. Let me go to iTunes and stuff. So I was like, she has a Trinity
5-7
type vibe. She kind of remind me of Iona Crawley. So I said she also got that Yolanda type vibe when Yolanda was younger. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, so okay then. And then that's right, Naomi. That's right. Say it. Say it, Naomi. Say that. Say that. I can dig it. So she was like, and then I think she shared a post where you was on, was it the charts in UK or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you got on the charts in UK and which one of your songs is charting the most right now.
I honestly don't even know. Honestly, it's been so many things, and I don't even know how the song got over there to even chart. I was just like, how did that even happen? But somebody sent it to somebody, and they were playing it, and it's doing really well. It was my song "I Believe in Me," which is still out now as the single.
Right.
And
okay.
That's kind of been the song that everybody is looking for and wanting. And I just did a remix on my album with the girl Patrice. Her artist name is Treese, and she's rapping on it. So now they're
I heard that.
You heard that? Okay.
I heard that.
Did you like that?
I did. I can see it playing at some festivals and stuff like that, man. Like it's got a good vibe to it. It's got that, as the old people say, that's that young boy music. You know what I mean? So it's got that inner college kid,
yes.
Frat type vibe to it, but it still talks about the divine love of God. So you know what I mean? So you did that. You did that. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I mean, I think the album, so many great songs from the album, and we're kind of, getting so many responses because I did a song called Breathe on there that everybody is like, it's been blessing them. It's been crazy. Another song called Good, which has been people's anthem. And then, there's so many hot songs on the album. And so I'm grateful to have choices. You have some albums you like, that's the only song I really like. But to know people are like, I didn't skip a song. Like, I just kept it playing. It means so much to know, like, that's great, because I'm not the type of person. I'm always gonna be like, I got 30 seconds and I'm skipping. But the fact that people, they were like, nah, I haven't skipped the song. I just want to keep hearing it. So that's encouraging to me. So this whole album has been inspiring. You gotta listen to the whole record.
Right. So let's talk about Naomi said she listened to it today during her workout.
What's your favorite song, Naomi? Because I don't know. I'm gonna ask her. What's your favorite song on the album? So we can let King Jacob know so he can listen.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. Back.
Okay, so with that being said, I listen, I believe, and I did listen to the remix.
Okay.
But there's a few others that I have written down that I'm gonna listen to. And
Okay.
so Naomi said, what is it? She said good.
Okay. See, so you gotta listen to good too.
Okay. It it took me in. Okay.
That's
Okay.
thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. So I see Naomi campaigning for you really, really hard. So you might need to get her a job for real, for real.
I should, right? I'm like, I didn't
Yeah.
even know she
Yeah.
was gonna be on.
Yeah. Nay. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, Nick.
Campaign for your sister. Campaign for your sister.
Yes,
That's what I'm
come
talking
on.
about. Yeah, and I will listen to all of them too. You right. I'll definitely do that. So, have you did a fan appreciation music review yet?
No, that's a good idea. I should.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
You should actually make it a event where you invite people in. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Like
And
do
do.
it like at a place, not on Zoom or Facebook Live.
No, no. What I'm saying is you can do an actually listen party for
Yeah,
people, but you should also do something virtual for your fans just that's all across the nation.
yeah.
Where you can invite certain people in off your Facebook and whatnot, and you can make it a virtual event where people can listen to the fan appreciation music review live, and you can get feedback from them, and
Yeah.
then also if it's somebody who want to speak to you, you can bring them on your live as a special guest, and you can talk about why they like the song so much, how
Yeah.
it touched them, and and what do they think that how people is going to receive the song. So that's important for the listener to hear you.
Yeah.
So that listener can reel in another consumer, and that consumer be a listener as well.
Yeah. I
You know
see
what I
what
mean?
you're doing there. I see what you're doing there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I like that. That's dope. I'm
yeah,
gonna do it.
yeah. You should do that. So, and what would you say the song on the album that has the most conviction for you? When you was recording the song, you got really emotional.
You're Necessary. It was a song um, for me where, after losing my mom, I went through a phase where I just didn't want to sing anymore because she was my manager, she was my everything. And I remember vividly like God saying like, the world needs what you're carrying, don't drop it. And it was just like, you're necessary, the world is waiting on you. And that song, I literally was just crying the whole time, singing and listening to it back because, it's for people, but it was also like for me, it was just something I needed to tell myself over and over again, like you're necessary, like don't drop what you've been given because of a temporary situation or because of a emotion or a moment. Like, sometimes we make lifelong decisions in the moment, and I was just like, I can't quit and die with her, and that's how I Believe in Me came about because I wanted, something that was going to be uplifting and upbeat to just remind me like, don't stay stuck in this place or this rut. So, that was something that I wrote after my mom passed as well. And then You're Necessary. Yeah, that's really the song that really just messed me all the way up. But
Okay.
that's another song people said have blessed them, inspired them, and they're playing it for their children. They're playing it for they're like, I need everybody in my family to hear, especially suicide. Just so many things going on in the world because people feel like they're not important or they're not worth anything, or you're losing your jobs, or you're losing hope. So why am I here? And to hear someone tell you and to be reminded, like, no, you're necessary. The world needs you. Like, don't quit, don't give up, don't give up on life.
Right.
And so yeah, that song for me was a moment. So
Okay. And sorry for your loss as well, because I know that can be very tough to this day. I know you still have your ups and your downs and stuff. So, but just hang on there, be strong and keep that faith going, and God's gonna guide in the footsteps. For sure, for sure.
Yes.
So, but you know, that's a part of your ministry. That's a you know, we all know that, you know, that out of all the lessons that your mom taught you and all the jewels she gave you, but in those lessons there's been so many blessings.
Yeah.
So you definitely gotta keep that going and keep that momentum going, and you know, just know she watching down and smiling down on you. So so I'm just so happy that you can still do it, because it's a lot for a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand how they can move on, but with that divinity love of God that's, you know, instilled in you, and you moving with a purpose,
yeah,
you know, and you moving with passion and strength, God gonna continue to bless. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. So for you, how many dynamic producers do you have on this project?
Oh man, I have his name is Marcus Halliburton, but we call him Black Mock. He produced so many great songs. He produced Good, a song for the ladies called Limited Edition. He produced a song called No More, so that was one. Then we have Top, also Ryan Anderson, and he produced I think 2 or 3 songs on there. He's amazing. He's out of Baltimore. And then there's James Drummer Boy Harris, and he produced about 3 as well. So they kind of have all equal songs, but they're so amazing.
James Drummer Boy Harris.
You know him?
I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's ridiculous. Yeah. Like he it was crazy. Like I wrote the song, and then I had the lyrics, and he played a track that matched the lyrics. Like it was just that how we were in sync. It was just amazing. I was just like, who are you? Like, but
I've heard about him before. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, he's amazing, and he has like his own project too that he's finishing up, and he has music. So yeah, I really appreciate him, and he's great. They're all great. He did "I Believe in Me." That's his track that he did, but yeah, he's great.
Okay, so out of all the producers, I know they all give you a different sound.
Yeah.
But you know, what producer would you say brings out the most conviction in your voice?
Probably Marcus, who's Black Mock. He definitely brings that out. Absolutely. Like he always has to play before we even start, working. And he's always, setting the atmosphere before we even start. And it's already like I'm a mess before we even get to recording. But yeah, that's like my brother. So he knows so much about me. Like our families have been friends for so long, and he can see so much in me. He pulls so much out of me, and that's my brother. So he would be that one.
Right. Okay, so for me, by listening to you, I would love to see you work with J Moss and Mario Winans.
Okay, I can see that.
So, yeah, because they first cousins. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they first cousins. So, Mario still makes, even though he went secular, he still makes a lot of tracks for, J Moss and his Uncle Marvin. He still makes a lot of tracks for them. Okay. The track "Let the Church Say Amen."
Yeah.
Mario Winans. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause he plays him and his brother. Both of them play the piano, guitar, and the drums.
Okay.
So even though he's made a lot of secular tracks, he's from that Winans family. So he's always making tracks for the family as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I would love this. I would love to see you work with J Moss, and who I think should go on the remix that you did, where you had the young lady on it.
Yeah. J Moss.
Who else I can see on their remix?
J Moss.
Dietrich had, yeah,
Dietrich. I
Dietrich,
thought you were talking about J Moss. I was like, now you
yeah,
went
yeah,
Dietrich. Yeah, I can see
yeah,
Dietrich on there.
yeah. So, but as far as producing a track for you, I would love to see you link up with somebody like J Moss, and I
Absolutely.
would love to see you do a feature with like you, J Moss, and I'm gonna say Tim Rogers.
Tim Rogers, really?
Yeah,
Okay, I've never heard that. But okay,
yeah.
I can see that. I can.
So the reason I say that, because all you guys sound different, and it'll get the song balance, and
Yeah,
it'll blend the song so well
yeah,
to like all of y'all would be amazed about it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because everybody got a different tonality, but everybody got a purified tonality.
yeah.
So it'll blend the record really well.
Okay, so you gonna make that? You gonna hit everybody up and make
Yeah.
a couple calls?
I'm gonna say this. I got a few connects, so we'll see what happens. I ain't gonna make no fun, but we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. So,
Okay,
but
cool.
so upon that, how many shows do you constantly do, or how many shows have you done in the past?
I mean, I'm doing shows every week. Before COVID, things was moving, and then now stuff is slowly picking back up. But I was doing a lot of virtual things, and then of course there was a time where I was doing nothing because it was just everything was kind of closed. But yeah, I try to do every week have shows or have events and things that I'm doing. So that's the goal. But I'm also, like I said, doing some acting things. So that's rehearsals and stuff like that. So that's cool too. It's another thing that I'm starting to love. I didn't think I would like it, but I'm starting to love it. So so I enjoy doing that as well. I enjoy things that challenge me. So it's definitely challenging.
Okay.
But yeah, it's cool.
Most definitely. So, what is your most memorable performance that
Ooh,
you ever done?
that's hard. Oh man, so many. Oh man, because I don't just sing. Like I also have like different conferences I've led, and sometimes it's just like having a worship moment or a moment where it might not ever have been a song that I actually wrote, but it could be an experience, an encounter. Like I did a conference one year, and God just was like, "This is the songs I need you to sing," and then He gave me a word to give to the people, and I just kind of went into worship. And a young lady came up and was like, she was cutting herself, and just that moment allowed her to not want to kill herself. And so those are experiences that I would say will forever be in my heart to see, just the results of just obedience, and sometimes it's not just the concert musically, sometimes God will tell me to do something else that's not on the script, and to see the results of obedience, I would say those are my most memorable moments is when I have a plan or something that I'm going to do, and then God is like, no, go this way. And then to know that that's exactly what the person there needed, those are memorable experiences. So yeah, those are my favorite times.
Okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. And that matters when somebody's on the verge of committing suicide, and that conviction and that speech that God gives you kind of registers with them on a mental, emotionally, and a spiritual type level. And so when you can register with a person spiritually, the mental capacity and the emotions are definitely going to follow.
Absolutely.
And so I can appreciate you doing that, and you being a warrior, and a champion on the throne of grace. I can appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I would say this, and I'm gonna say this to the bros out here. Why I got you on this podcast, man. Listen, I listen to a lot of Sarah Jakes.
Yeah.
Listen, man, she got a word for you. So
Yeah.
when you were talking about that, it took me back at one of her videos I was listening to, and she was talking about the demon of suicide and how if you're a warrior of Christ, you let Christ use you to help someone else to get out that dark space. You know what I mean? Because that's a part of your blessing and your ministry. So you took me back to one of her sermons that I listened to.
Wow.
And that's big.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that's something that I've always known. Like, God was just like, your voice is someone said it to me, and it was something God reminded me, and he was just like, it's not necessarily about your voice, but the sound, because the sound is what causes the demons. It's something that pierces and that will shift. So, in this whole project, I'm in the studio and God is just giving me sounds on the song even that I have called Breathe. And I'm kind of doing like an opera thing in the song, but it's literally like a sound God was just allowing me to put out there that will pierce people's heart to hear and feel, him when you hear that song. And so it's funny because just today someone texted me and was just like, I can't stop listening to that. And it's like you're talking to me and it's keeping me alive. And that's a big order, but I know like that was my assignment. And when I went in the studio, I felt God was like, this is how I need you to do it and how it needs to sound, because it's intentional. So, I'm so thankful that God has given me such, something that is to me scary at times. It's like, I don't want that, but I'm grateful you trust me to handle the weight that comes with dealing with that. It's war, it's a battle.
Right.
But I'm believing that, people will overcome and that the music and the sound will allow them to feel the presence of God and for them to not make those decisions. So
I think that's dope. I love it. I love it. And so I'm gonna just say you keep doing what you're doing, because when your music registers with somebody like that, when they're going through something, that means that's purpose in that music. Yeah. And so that means that that you got that gift that the people knew you had when you first did your first solo in church. So I mean, yeah. So they said that when you were young, child, that baby going somewhere. Yeah. So I mean, there it is. You definitely can't deny it. So do we have any available tour dates, and are you accepting any collaborations now?
I am. I'm accepting collabs, and I am doing some tour dates, finishing up the dates. But we're doing an HBCU tour. We're going to different HBCUs, and I'm going to be the ambassador for this major event happening in Atlanta. And so there's more stuff coming, but it's in the works right now. So we're hitting a lot of different colleges. And I get to talk about the music and also this big event coming up that we're doing. And lots of other dates coming up. The play that I'm going to be in is going to be at the Lincoln Theater in DC on May 1st. They got me playing an old grandma, but it's okay. It's stretching my acting. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, some great things coming. So make sure you follow me so you get all the tea.
Okay, I'll definitely do that, and I'm gonna stay in contact with you. I believe I sent you a friend request, so we're gonna stay in contact. Cool. And Nay, listen, man, you need to get on your partner's team, man. Like you need to talk to her so she can create you a position for real.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because you out here campaigning, man.
That's my girl. That's my sister.
and before we get off, I just want to say, bro, don't be making no joke by nobody's wife.
Oh God, I knew he was gonna bring that up.
Don't do it.
I know he's gonna talk about it, and I was ready.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Oh
because
no.
you know that's been a lot of hot tea this morning. Everybody been sipping, just a sipping
Listen,
and sipping and sipping. But listen, man,
he got
we'll
brownie points though from his wife. I know she was
yeah,
like, "Yes, that's what you're supposed to do, man." I mean,
yeah, you know.
it turns a woman on to know your man gonna fight for you. Like, oh, but I mean,
Uh, so
for real.
listen, man. You know, I think that Will been under a lot of scrutiny.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
I think in the back of his mind, he still, got a lot of things going in the back of his mind, and I just think, it's a time in comedians a lot of them do too much. I mean, because what people don't know, 2016, he asked Chris Rock to lay off with him. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
this been going on a long time.
Okay.
You know
That's
what I
why I
mean?
say
Yeah.
people don't know the backstory. It's like
Right.
when you
Right.
had enough. Yes. Now
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe
Yeah. So
it wasn't the right place or time, but hey, I listen, I'm just like,
yeah.
yeah, it was
But I just know this right here, man. 75 million views, and everybody's suited and booted at the Oscar with the gowns and the tuxedos on, man. And
yeah.
man, he just walked up like he was about to hand you a deck of cards, and he just slap you like Dave Chappelle slapped Charlie Murphy. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It was I know this right here. It was cold blooded. I know that much.
Yeah, he hit him with that Ali. I said, dang, like that was wrong. That was the wrong movie. But yeah, it was really
Yeah.
it was a lot. I thought it was a joke. You know how they do like the little they act and stuff in there. So I was like, oh, maybe they're kind of playing it off. But then I said, oh, this is not a joke. This is serious. So I was just like, oh,
Yeah. So, but nevertheless, man, I want to thank you for coming on here, and just want you to get everybody your social medias, and so they can really stay in tune with what you got going on, and just really understand who you are as a gospel artist and a warrior of Christ.
yes, absolutely. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Nikea Marie. And you can also check out my website, NikeaMarie.com. I'm working on TikTok, so you can go over there. But, I'm building my little TikTok up because all my
Yeah.
nieces are like, you got to get on TikTok. So I'm getting on there. I'm doing that as well. So that's at Nikea Marie as well.
All right. So, want to thank you for coming on, man. I want to welcome you and embrace you on the chat about your King Jacob. And I do want to thank your management, Miss Parsons, for really
Yay!
reaching out to me and really saying, uh, you know, you need to have my artist on your show. How
Absolutely.
about that? And I said, sure. So, and here we are. So, I just want to tell y'all, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and most of all, stay away from COVID. Good night.
Yes. Good night.